Hello, and welcome to Famicast 150, your Famicast for the latter part of May 2019. I'm your host, Danny Bivens, and today we're joined by James Charlton.
I'm back. That's right. The voice is back.
That's right. It's a damn shame, because I seriously wouldn't have minded filling in. I mean, I got a mean British accent, but if I really start thinking about it, I'll screw it up. And we're also joined by Ty Sugar.
It's a me!
There it is. It's Ty.
Wow!
And we're also joined by Cyrus Delaney.
It's also a me. And don't think I didn't notice that pause when you tried to remember what my last name was.
I didn't even barely remember your first name, so whatever. And we also have a very special guest today, one of our patrons, Rich. What's going on, man?
Hey, super excited to be on the special Game of Thrones wrap-up episode.
That's it. 'Cause, I mean, today we're going to be talking about Game of Thrones spoilers, Brexit, Donald Trump, Australian politics, all this stuff. All this stuff that you come to the Famicast for. It's going to be great.
Throne Zone, Act 1.
But before we get to that, let's go ahead and talk about some games that we've been playing. And Ty...
Oh boy.
You mind kicking us off? Because you got some pretty hot games to talk about.
Oh yeah, I definitely played some video games.
Yes.
A lot of them on stream even.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, since I got sent the official Famicast stream doodad for reasons.
Yes.
I've been trying to ramp up my streaming. So, let's see. I played Castlevanias, plural.
Ooh. So, with that, I mean, obviously, what's your favorite game from the collection?
From Castlevania?
Or at least the collection that, that's out.
Shit, I don't know. I'm fond of the first one. I really like Super Castlevania 4. I really, really like Castlevania 3.
Not a big fan of 2?
Not so much, no.
Seems like that's kind of the weakest link.
Maybe. I mean, actually, it's one like I never got into when I was a kid. Not as much as 1 and 3. But... You know, the English translation of that was, like, horrible. Like, you could almost not parse what you were supposed to do if you just went by the words in the game. It's bullshit. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll play it for real sometime.
Okay.
But, there are, like, ROM hacks of the game out there that, like, only just fix the English and also make that slow-ass clicky, what a horrible night to have a curse message, like, not be the slowest fucking thing in the world. Right? So just
the game speaks?
No, I mean, it has a message that pops up. So there's a day-night cycle in Castlevania 2, and when it comes up, like, it forced, like, a little text window to come up, and for a lot of people, it's irritatingly slow.
Is Castlevania 2, like, on the Game Boy?
No, it's an NES game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it continues the
story. Was that 3 on the Game Boy? What was number 3?
They do have Game Boy games, like a separate type of deal.
Yeah, there's like Castlevania Adventure 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's the one I was thinking of.
Or
Belmont's Revenge.
Yeah.
Right.
So those are fun. Those have amazing fucking music.
Yeah, I was checking out a review, and the review I was watching, actually, Nintendo World Report's review, and they were actually pointing out some of the music, too. I was like, holy crap, I've heard a lot of this, and even the Game Boy stuff, that was pretty tight.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, boy.
So, I don't know what my favorite one is. I'm just going to go with Castlevania 1.
Did you play any of Kid Dracula?
Oh, boy, did I.
Because that's weird as hell.
It is. Like, you start, it's like a cute NES game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was immediately reminded of the Tiny Toon Adventures games that Konami also did. Okay. I feel like it was probably the same people. Okay. So I'm like playing this cute little cartoony game, and it's fun for a while. And then you get to the roller coaster segment, and it ratchets up the Battletoads.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Kid Dracula on a flying skateboard.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
Like, I don't know if you guys ever played... It was the second Tiny Toons Adventures games on
I
NES.
played Looney Tunes games, a Looney Tunes game on Super Nintendo, Roadrunner Death Valley Rally. I have no idea who developed it.
Sunsoft.
It's Sunsoft, okay.
Yeah.
That game was fucking impossible.
I played Tiny Toons Adventures on the SNES.
No, it wasn't, Danny. Get good.
Okay.
Oh, you played Tiny Toon Adventures on what?
On SNES, not NES.
Okay, so totally different game.
That's good. That's it. I think that's a noted actual good game.
Yeah,
it's a licensed game. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, but in Tiny Toons Adventures 2, there's also a bullshit roller coaster level. So, so I feel like they just went with the same formula. It's like, yeah, this is fun.
Roller coaster like Donkey Kong Country minecart or like
Sort of, yeah.
Sonic the
It's
Hedgehog.
it's actually faster. Like you get on a platform and it goes along this track, and it goes super fast, and you get hit by a thing and die.
what happens if you jump? Do you jump in line with the thing, or do you just?
I think
does
it
immediately
carries your
shoot away?
momentum. Yeah.
Okay, it carries your momentum. Okay, ones that don't, they're fucking bullshit,
Ah.
right? You
Yeah.
just jump up and then the
Yeah.
skateboard just disappears from under you.
No, of course, that's the first time I ever played that game. Like, it never came out in the States.
Oh,
In fact, they translated it to English just for this collection.
wow.
Yeah, and I mean, because
I
there was a
appreciate that.
Game Boy version that came out in this.
Yeah, that came out in the States.
But I mean, yeah, for Famicom NES version, yeah. So I mean, is it seem pretty competent in terms of like the translation?
Yeah.
I mean, it's really even.
I mean,
not
better
much.
than the other Castlevania shit that's on there, that's for sure.
I
Does
sure as hell
anyone
would hope so,
remember?
man.
This is only tangentially related, but does anyone remember Count Duckula?
Vaguely.
No.
Well, I remember the TV show, but not the
Yeah,
game.
yeah, that's what I mean. The TV show. I don't know if there was ever a game.
I don't think there was.
That was wild. That TV show just reminds me. You should
Yes.
probably make a Castlevania type game with Count Duckula.
All right.
Next.
I remember they couldn't call the Dracula in DuckTales Count Duckula, even though that was the obvious thing. They called him Dracula Duck to
Oh, wow.
avoid copyright
Brilliant.
infringement.
Such brilliant.
There you go.
We can't call it the Ghostbusters. Let's call it the real Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Right.
By the way, I still think Castlevania 4 is a technical marvel, even though it's like a launch Windows Super Nintendo game.
Sure.
Yeah.
They went ham on it. It's great.
Yeah.
Is
I-
That's the one that
it's weird,
uses all the
isn't it?
big rotating background bosses.
Yeah. They got super excited to use that stuff. I could tell. It's like half the boss's scale or rotate some way. There's like entire rooms that rotate. There's one where it's just like the background. It rotates in like this distorted tubular kind of shape, and it has like animated textures on it.
Huh.
It's like, whoa, what are you doing?
I never got far enough in that game, man.
Let's do a round robin. What's the best kind of launch game which you think, wow, and then the graphics never ever got better on that console. It happened. It just ended up being one of the best games on the console. I've got a couple on right
Rogue
off the top
Leader
of my
didn't
head.
even get better on the Wii.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there were a lot on Super Nintendo for sure.
I was going to say Rogue. Is it Rogue Leader on
Yeah,
GameCube?
Rogue Squadron 2. Yep.
Rogue
Yeah.
Squadron 2.
I
That was
literally
like
just said that.
what? Probably Galaxy 1.
Uh huh.
Yeah. Or Twilight Princess. You know, the games didn't really look better than that on the Wii. That was it.
All right, and well, I have some things to complain about Castlevania as well. There's no button config.
Yeah.
dear.
We talked about this elsewhere. We'll get into that.
Right.
But yeah, for that I kind of feel, even though it's two buttons, you know, I don't play with a standard controller. I play with a big old fight stick, and it would be slightly more comfortable for me to have the buttons be assigned differently.
Yeah.
And when he says fight stick, he means cereal box with wires coming out of it.
Yep. A jagged hunk of metal I pulled out of the scrapyard
Right.
with some buttons crudely taped to it.
Right. Good
Yeah.
times.
Wait till you guys see my next monstrosity.
Can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah. So besides excellent Castlevanias without button configs, I've also been playing a bunch of Neo Geo ROMs, which have been repackaged for Switch and also consoles that I own. Well, let me tell you about Savage Rain. Okay,
A 1980s prog rock group, right?
pretty close. The characters look like it for sure, but no, it's a 90s no-name fighting game made by SNK,
Wow.
and it got a sequel at some point. So there's that. But it's fun. It's fun as heck. It's it has like I want to say like a foreground and a background, but that's not like strictly true. Like if you ever played, I think Fatal Fury 2 or whatever, that also had like a background and a foreground where characters could jump in and out of it.
It's kind of like Wario on the Virtual Boy,
Exactly.
but
Like
a fighting
it,
game and not Red.
That's right. And this sometimes it has some weird thing where like it's not like just another background layer. It'll be like a pipe you grab onto and you're like hanging from it, and you have like another set of commands from there. And so you can also like throw things into the background or foreground, or do like a jumping attack back and forward into it. And this game has some wild character designs.
Wild
Like-
as in sexy?
No, like crazy. Like
Well, wild and crazy kids.
there's like this guy. He looks like this like 80s jacket, American flag thing with this amazing Guido haircut. He looks like the guy from the the Virgin and the the Chad meme. Do you know what I'm talking about? The Chad
Nope.
meme. Come on.
I thought about meme database that.
So Chad's
Yeah.
not even coming.
Right. So that's the character I played, but there's also another great character. He's like an old man, but he has like a backwards cap and cool sunglasses, and he goes Super Saiyan.
Wow.
Some martial arts guy with a big boomerang. He invented a new martial arts style with a boomerang. I think he's the main character. So there's just all these incredibly goofy 90s fighting game stereotype characters. They're really colorful and fun, and I enjoyed playing this game once.
So
So
did you
check-
say this was a collection? A Neo Geo collection?
No,
Oh.
but they're all released with, like, as far as I can tell, the same emulator and the same brand.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure they have the good kind of button config. I actually just booted up my Xbox to check.
So it's Hamster, right? That does all that stuff.
I don't know, dude.
I'm pretty sure because I think they did the Castlevania collection actually too, but for whatever reason they didn't do the button config stuff. Oddly enough.
Yeah. Even though they did on the Konami Arcade Collection, they did.
Oh, okay. Weird.
Konami doesn't even have any game programmers working for them anymore, so that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Right?
Mobile only.
Right.
Yeah.
Excuse
Uh.
me, pachinko only.
There. Yeah. Pardon me.
Okay, now another game came out. Aero Fighters 2. You might not be immediately familiar with this, but if you've ever Googled for English screenshots of video games, you probably saw this game. It has some of the most busted English around. It's like the shooter game, like the top-down shooter with the fucking dolphin in it,
Okay. Okay.
with the aviator cap, and he says things like, "I never thought I'd be flying over a jungle."
Wait, Danny, what's that empty cardboard box that you own?
Oh, that's for oh my God, Aero Gauge. That's no.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
Aero
I
Games
was
is a different game.
Yeah, when Ty said that, I was thinking Aero Fighters Assault, but
Right.
the Japanese name, it's a N64 like fighter plane game, completely different series. Japanese name isn't even that. It's like Sonic Wings or something.
Right. It's
All
all
right,
the
I'm-
same game anyway.
Right.
I'm actually going to test right now, live, to see if this has a button config. Button settings. Hell yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Oh,
Most of those-
it's the good kind too.
Yeah. All of
So-
all those hamster things, they're pretty awesome. They're really complete packages. There's a lot
No,
of
they're
different-
not.
Well, I mean, for whatever you're getting for like $7, it's not bad.
No, Danny, I'm gonna directly contradict you here.
Okay.
Wait, Ty, so you paid for a ROM?
I did because it's on Xbox and it has extra features, including but not limited to achievements.
Ah.
This
okay,
also has
okay.
like a proper leaderboard with like a scoring mode, where it doesn't let you put in more than one credit. So
Gotcha.
so there's like an isolated like score attack mode, which is really nice, and
Yeah.
that's true for like all the games they put out.
Yes, I have a couple of like American football games of that, and they have the same stuff on there too.
Right.
I was like
so-
number 15 out of probably like 30 people in the world. It's great.
yeah, and I'm getting these for like $4 a piece, so it's a pretty good deal.
Yeah. All right.
Well, yeah, and I have more.
That's just a way to check if you're talking to Ty's doppelganger or the actual Ty.
Right.
Is like to ask him, did he actually pay for ROM? And see what he says. See what his answer says.
Yeah. Well, it's on Xbox, so yeah.
There you go. Checks out.
Samurai Showdown 3. Good game. The new Samurai Showdown comes out next month. Get hype. I'm going to go hard on that game. I am going to play it a lot. Yes, it's a fighting game.
With samurais in.
Yeah, with samurais in it. It's cool. Even though I'm going to play the fencer.
Does it have one-hit kill moves in that?
Oh, I saw like one hit 90% damage.
You might be thinking of Bushido Blade.
Well, no. Samurai Showdown has had one hit kill moves, but they have to be like extremely specific circumstances. Like you have to be like in rage mode and get a counter hit with your biggest hit, and it's a laugh riot when it happens. Let me tell you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Danny, I knew what I was talking about.
That's right.
All right.
There's also matches where people like crouch at each other for 99 seconds because when you hit a button in this game, it's a big commitment. So you just wait until the last second where it's no longer a big commitment because you don't have the recovery time to worry about because the time's out. I think I retweeted some of these matches earlier this month. So I'm interested to see how the new one shakes out.
Alrighty.
Looks like they're going all in on big damage.
Big Daddy.
Big damage. All right. What else I get? King of Fighters 96. 96.
Oh, please stop.
They go back that far. It's great. I think this was 95 was probably the first King of Fighters, right? I don't know. It's great. It has a lot of fun bugs and stuff too. It has my favorite character, Mr. Big. And he looks exactly like what you would imagine him to be.
Big.
Wasn't that a guy from Sex and the City?
I don't know.
Same thing.
Yeah, it's almost like a generic gangster villain name. I love it, Mr. Big. I think he was the villain in Narc as well, even though totally unrelated game company. So Mr. Big is great. See me in Neo Geo Battle Coliseum.
Okay. Well, we did
one more game.
What?
What? Okay.
How many bombs did you buy, Ty? Jesus
a lot. Okay, so here we go. 10 seconds.
Individually?
Yes.
Fuck.
Yeah. They're cheap. They're so cheap. And they come loaded with extra features. I bought Robo Army. It's a generic beat-em-up game. Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
Brilliant.
All right. Well, we do got a lot of news and stuff to cover, so I wanted to kind of, get through new business here. And Rich, I know you haven't been playing a lot of stuff, but could you maybe talk a little bit about the one game that you have been playing?
Yeah, sure. So the one game I have been playing is a game called The Legend of Zelda.
Never heard of it.
There you go. You beat me to it.
Yeah,
I read your mind.
I never played the game before. I never owned an NES, so
Wow.
yeah, I'm playing it with the online Switch thing.
You're like a unicorn. I want to know what you think about this game, playing it for the first time. What's your impression?
It's pretty cool. It's well, the save states are great because I don't have time for that bullshit.
Cool, whatever. Come on, you got to hold down the reset button while you turn the power off.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's neat seeing like how a lot of the kind of staple Zelda elements go back all the way to the beginning. They've been there the whole time.
Right.
So I'm only on the 4th dungeon, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, I kind of don't know how someone would have completed this game without like looking at the manual or.
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
The original one did come with like a map when you got it back in the day. So I mean, that would have been extremely helpful because otherwise you're just like, I have no idea where to go. It's a lot of trial and error.
I mean, does it tell you like what the items in the shops are? Because that's kind of a huge question mark for me. Am I going to drop 200 rupees on this thing? I have no idea what it is.
Oh,
If
right,
it-
like a white circle, and you're like,
Yeah.
is that a good thing or what?
right. Well, yeah, back in the day, we had to depend on word of mouth and magazines. And here's a tip straight out of uh, what's a nice '80s game magazine? Nintendo Power. I don't know. They did. I don't think Nintendo Power published the really dirty secrets, but if you find the gambling house, it's like the same There's like a pattern that's
Mm,
set, so you can load up your game and get like all the free money you can eat as long as you know the pattern.
Wow,
gotcha.
there
Yeah.
we go. Or however many save states you want to make.
Oh yeah, you could just bullshit it with save states, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you've got to have a friend to ask for tips or an uncle that works
Yeah.
at Nintendo.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm playing it because a friend at work recommended it to me, and he's playing it through it with his kid. So
Wow.
I have been asking him for tips.
Sorry, what year is this?
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
My
it's kinda
friend
weird.
recommended you play The Legend of Zelda on NES. I thought, yeah, I'll pick it up. It sounds all right.
It's really rad.
Right.
Yeah.
Your parents help you set it up. That's a classic.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, seriously, man. Good luck, Rich. I mean, it can be a pretty brutal game, but I mean, yeah, stick with it.
There are 8 dungeons, aren't they? Or 7, 8?
Seven.
Yeah.
Remember, you have to find every secret cave on the mountain wall at the top of the map. There's no way to tell where they are, but you got to use bombs to open them.
Mhm.
I'm not sure if you have to do that bullshit until you get to the second quest,
Ooh.
which is a thing. There's like an extra hard mode where everything is rearranged.
Right.
I didn't do that.
Well, Rich, if you get past Dungeon 7, that's where I got up to on the 3DS ROM or whatever. Then you can beat me. But I don't think I can ever
My
go
goal
back to
was-
the 3DS now. And I also can't be asked to restart it on the Switch, so I don't know. I'm probably going to be forever stuck on Dungeon 7.
Well, I'll let you know what
Imagine
happens.
getting stuck on a
after.
game I beat when I was 7.
Right.
Cool. Well, yeah, seriously, Rich. Good luck. Good luck to you. I
Yeah,
mean
that's
that
fine.
in the most facetious way possible, and also genuine. Just take it however you want. It's okay.
Are
Right.
you playing
Sure.
the NES or the Famicom version, Rich?
I guess the NES one is the. Or do they make both available?
Yeah, because you can play it in. It's based on the disc system version or whatever, and it's obviously also
okay.
Japanese. Different. The sounds.
Yeah,
are
the
different, too.
music's different as well because the system on has a slightly better
Disc
sound.
system.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you can just download the Famicom app, play that one. Well,
But
not if you've already
then
started the
if the-
NES one. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
you just,
Yeah.
just keep
Yeah.
going.
Devoted literally an hour or maybe more.
It is interesting to play like the Famicom and NES ones though because like it's like localization 101.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like you can see it in action. Like in the Japanese one, it's like there's some meat you have to give to like a creature. In the Japanese one, it says like essa, which is like food you give to an animal.
Right.
But like in the English one, it says like meat or something like that. So
No,
you
it
think-
says grumble, grumble.
no, the item.
Oh, yeah.
So you think like, oh, meat, that's something I should eat myself, But
Right.
yeah, fuck ups like that. Oh my god, we've got a ghost visiting us. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to steal that thing when I was 6 years old.
Snake. All right. Well, let's kind of keep plugging on along here. And Cyrus, you've been a little bit quiet aside from your just laugh right there. What have you been up to, man?
Oh, I'm glad you noticed my new laugh.
Catching
Um,
ghosts.
yeah, I have been kind of silent on the gaming front outside of the show too. I played a little, finally chugging away on Ty's grand list. I tried to try out Necrodancer,
Oh boy.
and I don't like that game. I'm like,
I'm interested in hearing your explanation or excuse rather.
I'm pretty shocked that I like rhythm and action games. I like top-down dungeon scroller stuff, but I started playing it and combining the two, I'm just like, man, I don't want to play both of these games at the same time. that I'm gonna give it another shot later,
All
but
right.
I'm not fully like I'm pretty convinced I'm not gonna finish this game.
Okay. Somebody pointed out something interesting to me that when you actually play it, it feels more like a puzzle game almost.
That I 100% agree with.
Like the way you engage with each enemy is like a mini puzzle. You have to know how to approach each enemy, and then it throws like a variety at you, and you have like limited time to handle it. So it almost feels like a rapid fire puzzle game.
Yeah, it definitely does. Because if say you've got like even basic, the first couple of rooms, you've got different types of slimes that move in different directions.
Right.
You kind of like starting out. I'm not quick enough on my feet to think about how to defeat them while I'm moving, so I just kind of stop and go, okay, on the beat I have to go dun dun shoot, and it will get them. And it's like, so yeah, it is kind of like a puzzle game where you have to plan your moves ahead and then execute them in a very particular way in a particular time.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
But yeah, it looks great. It's got a lot of music. The Switch version comes with like all the DLC, so there's a million things to do. But I'll see how it goes on round 2.
All right. I might recommend going to. There's actually like a training not like it's like a bestiary. I want to say you can practice against each enemy individually, and that includes like the mini bosses and the big bosses and all that.
Yeah, one thing that did shock me is like I did the first level of the thing, whatever, fought a bunch of slimes, and then like I went down a stairs into like the next floor or whatever, and suddenly there were like 4 new enemies I'd never seen before, and this giant minotaur thing that was chasing me around.
Yeah, that's one of the mini bosses.
And it like immediately killed me, and I'm just like, what just happened? Like, where did this difficulty spike come from?
Yeah, it's like you gotta know stuff. Like it's
You gotta magically know things you could never know.
That's great
Right.
user design. It's like, just you should know how to play it before you start playing the game.
right. No. What I mean is, it's gonna be trial and error. It's gonna be a little Dark Souls. If
Welcome
you will.
Yeah.
to the real world, jackass.
It
Yeah.
definitely feels like it's a roguelike. It's designed to be played over and over again. You smash your head off a brick wall, and then you come back and try a different corner of the wall. Next
Absolutely. And I mean, I've been going hard on it, as you know. Like, I've been practicing clearing the mode where like you die if you miss a beat. So, like, I go hard on this game. Absolutely ham.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, it can be done.
Do you think that the Zelda one? Do you think they're going to make it a lot easier?
Absolutely.
I'm concerned that they will.
I would be shocked if that game is not neutered on the difficulty level to like unbelievable levels.
Okay.
They will probably have a normal mode for people who've played Necrodancer before.
Time mode,
But-
yeah, right.
But the default setting in that game is going to be so much easier than Necrodancer.
Right? Like, I thought the standard setting, like just playing Cadence, was kind of easy, or at least fair. It's like you have to learn like a few different enemies. Maybe like I don't know 10. Well, I mean like there's a lot of them. Like there's that are just variations of others. Like there's the white skeleton, and then there's the green skeleton, which is the same except it takes 2 hits instead of 1. And then there's the black skeleton that takes 3 hits.
That's
And-
racist.
Yeah, absolutely. It's inclusive.
Yeah. There was also like some things that really like almost immediately started to overwhelm me, which was like the game is a really simple looking game, but it's not. It's really not. Where like I picked up a throwing dagger was the first item I picked up, and I realized you press a button, it shoots the dagger in front of you. Like but
Yeah.
then after they give me the item, the throwing dagger, I got a shovel, and the shovel auto attacks whatever is in front of you. So
That's not how either of those things work.
well, that's how it felt it was working when I was doing it, and I may be misexplaining it. It's been a few days since I played it now, but neither of them work the same way. But it
All right.
didn't really explain how to use either of them, and because the first one required a button interaction, it or maybe I picked up a sword, not a shovel, and
Yeah.
then I was trying to use the second item like the first one, but I didn't have to, so it was like adding
Alright.
button presses that I didn't need to be
Alright.
doing.
All right, I think you need a coach. I want you to stream this so I can scream in your ear like how weapons work.
I'd rather figure out on my own so that I can complain
Yeah.
about how badly the learning curve in this game is.
Okay. Well, the game actually has a lot of training wheels, but it doesn't tell you about them.
So it only unlocks after you complete the game.
So but besides, oh god, besides the bestiary where you can just practice against enemies nonstop, there's also there's different characters, and if you go to the bard, um, that's like the strictly turn based. You don't need to follow the rhythm. You can take your time. So I would recommend trying that out. Like when I was starting playing, I played Cadence a little bit, and that was good because I got used to staying on the rhythm all the time. But then I tried the bard, so I'm like, okay, I can use this to figure out how enemies work, to take my time with all of the levels and like basically learn all the stuff in the game, pressure free. So I would recommend trying that out. Try the bard out, and you can work out things turn by turn.
Ooh, I'll give him a shot and see how it goes.
Yeah.
Are
Also, it's
you playing
canon.
this on Switch, Cyrus?
Yeah, I have it on the Switch, so
How much you get it
I've
for?
tried to. It was very cheap. It was during that recent EU sale, and it was like down to like €2 or €3 or something.
Oh,
It was-
shit. Okay, so you can't be too angry at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm just disappointed. I'm not angry. I'm disappointed.
I'm
That-
disappointed in
Yeah.
you. Oh, by the way, did that include the DLC?
Yeah, I think it has everything. It's got
Okay.
a million menus full of stuff that
Right.
I don't know what any of it means.
Welcome
Okay.
to Switch.
Yeah.
You get everything despite not knowing what anything is.
All right.
Everything.
All right.
But yeah, that's pretty much me. Just Necrodancer and nothing else.
Okay, cool. Well, James, you had a little bit of stuff too.
Well, like I said, it's probably worth skipping me because I've only played a little bit more of Shakedown Hawaii,
Okay.
and there was a recent patch. It's probably worth mentioning that at least. They patched a few things in, like you can now go to a car showroom and buy cars that you want and keep them for yourself like that, and a few other kind of things that were a little bit, not explained very well. They've added a few kind of extra tutorial messages in, about how to buy stores, and when I say buy, I mean take over by violently brutalizing the owner till he lets you buy it from him.
Right.
And there was another thing is they've kind of like introduced parts into the story mode, so it explains some of these things just like as part of the story, so you don't have to like go to a tutorial menu or find out through the help menu or something. It just like tells you as part of the story.
Sure.
So yeah, I still haven't finished that game, but still enjoying the story, the crazy story, hilarious story, and the good chiptune songs and music and everything. And I recently found out that there were a whole bunch of filters that you can turn on in the menu. So you can do like NES filter. So like it brings the colors down to like NES levels, and there's even a Game Boy filter.
Oh,
So
nice.
you can play it like proper Game Boy monochrome.
Oh man, I should have mentioned this when I was talking about Castlevania. That game has
Oh, yeah?
that collection has mad filters.
Nice.
It's great, like scan lines. The Game Boy ones have a bunch of filters. You can play it like LCD style, where
Ooh.
like you can see, like if you lean in close, you can see how each pixel is separated. Like
Ooh.
it's hard to explain, but it looks amazing.
Nice. Yeah, and they've got like a TV, like a fake kind of widescreen TV overlay as well, so you can play it like a TV on your TV, and then put the filters on top of that as well if you want to. So there's a whole bunch of
Nice.
like ways to play it, and it does kind of add to it. You can kind of customize the way you like. And the other game was just well, actually, because Rich is here, it's kind of good timing. Rich, me and Rich. Rich came over to my place again because here in Japan, obviously, and we played a whole bunch of Boxboy 2-player co-op, right? Rich, good times.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, because you hadn't ever played a Boxboy game ever, is that right?
No, that's right. Yeah, I'd always kind of been interested in it, but never got around to it.
Well, you picked it up pretty quickly. I mean, it only took you like, maybe our level, and then, we were doing some pretty advanced team play tactics there. It was good fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and we captured like pretty much all of our gameplay. So if you want to see me and Rich tackle, I don't know, worlds 3 to 8 or something like that, it's on the YouTube channel. Good times. So yeah, it starts to get a little bit tricky around about world 8, and then it was also at that point I realized like, oh yeah, Boxboy has like something like 15 worlds. It kind of breaks the Nintendo mold of like 8 worlds and you're done. Because Boxboy has a whole bunch of worlds. 8 is not even you're kind of like halfway at that point, and it does get a bit tricky near the end. So did that convince you to pick it up yourself, Rich, or are you just happy with playing mine and that's it?
Nah, that was enough. I'm good.
Okay, you're welcome. How was your demo, I guess?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yep. And like Danny said, we've got a whole bunch of news to talk about, so I'll just have a pass. Hopefully, I've got something more fun to play. I'm playing fun games. I mean, something else fun to talk about next episode.
Right.
Because there's so many freaking games coming out. It's like I can't even keep track, and it's ridiculous. There's like 4 game of the year level indie games like coming out like every fucking week. My head hurts even trying to think about which one to buy. You're kind of spoiled for choice at the moment. It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, Bloodstain comes out next month. Get hype.
Yeah.
And then, just too much stuff coming out. It's kind of
so much stuff.
It's ridiculous. I mean, Switch really is the opposite of every other Nintendo console, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where it's like, you had to just cling to life while you waited 6 months for a new game to come out.
Yeah. No.
Now it's like
Wii was rough.
Now it's like, how about one of those a week? It's like shit. Well, we asked for this and we got it, so we can't complain.
Exactly. We do have a comment in the chat, the live chat, from our buddy James Allen. He says, "Hey guys from the UK.
Hey.
So for me this week, I've been playing Tetris 99, Virtual Racing, and a bit of NES Online." And I guess if we want to kind of transition to me, I just have a little bit to talk about here too. I've been playing pretty much all of those things too.
Right.
And I mean, except there was a Tetris 99 event that just happened this past weekend with the Game Boy theme and stuff, and I managed to nab that. That was easy enough to get. Just
Oh
wait for it
shit!
to
Is that
open.
ended?
Yeah, it's done, man. It was
Oh,
only for
fuck.
the weekend. So that
Yeah,
was
by
fun.
the time I heard about that, I missed it, and I'm like, I kind of wanted that. I played a lot of Tetris on the Game Boy.
Yeah, and it was cool because I mean, even during the event, you could just use it. It was kind of like a tease. It's kind of like if you keep playing until you get like 100 points, then hey, you can use this anytime you want. And honestly, if you played for probably about an hour and a half, you probably could have got it. So yeah,
Man.
suckers.
Yeah.
But one game that I've been kind of playing off and on for like the past month or so would be Cuphead, and I actually got to the point where I beat it. I beat
Hey.
Cuphead.
Woohoo!
Congratulations.
Yeah, I mean there were a couple of bosses towards the end where I got really stuck. Probably died. I don't know so many times. Like there was this. Ty, you might remember this. The Phantom Express.
Oh
It's
yeah, yeah, trouble with that one.
The ghost train. That thing just drove me nuts.
Okay.
Drove
Yeah.
you off the rails. Oh.
Ooh.
Nice one.
Do you think that was the hardest
Running out of
one?
steam on this podcast.
Maybe because it can get kind of tricky. I mean, Ty, I know that you said you had some issues with like that dragon guy.
Yeah,
from,
for
like,
me,
second
the
world.
dragon was the hardest one.
Yeah, I mean, for whatever reason, it didn't take me that long to get him because like in his last phase, they're shooting out. He's shooting projectiles, and if you shoot the
Yeah.
projectiles, they get
Yeah,
harder
they fuck
to-
you up.
Yeah. So
So you have to stop firing, and that's like the only time in the entire game where you want to do that.
exactly, But then I'm not going to go into spoilers just in case anybody out there is still in the process of playing it or anything. But the boss before the final boss, oh boy, that's a barrel of laughs.
Oh yeah,
Holy God!
that's fun.
Yeah.
That's a fun one.
Gauntlet level type of stuff. It's enough
Yeah.
to drive you insane and want to.
Wait, is it? It's not fight all the bosses again with one life, is it?
No,
No.
Oh, good.
but
Told you about that. like
It's not that, but it's
No, it's
Not
a
that,
pile.
but it
It's
totally
a pile of
similar.
whole new bosses.
yeah.
Welcome to hell.
Yeah, and you're literally in hell in the game, and you can tell.
Yes.
But compared to that, and then the train boss, like the final boss, I didn't have that much trouble with him after I kind of got the
Right,
patterns
it's not
and
as
stuff.
hard as it sounds because that actually gives you some one-ups if you can roll the dice right.
Oh
And,
yeah, exactly.
and you can roll the dice right every time because it's a pattern. You can time it.
Exactly. And Ty, I mean, with that, because, like, guys, if you don't know what we're talking about, like, on this next to last boss, there's, like, this dice that keeps kind of, like, turning. And you
Yeah.
have to time your jumps. And you can do, like, this parry. And then, basically, you have to hit this dice. And then you're going along kind of like this game board.
Yeah.
And, yeah, you're basically trying to get to the end without dying. So you
Yeah.
can then...
So
okay.
you want to roll so you land on the extra life, and then probably roll so that you can skip as many bosses as possible. So after you do it a few times, you can get pretty good at timing your dice rolls.
Yeah, it took me a long time. I don't know why it took me as long as it did to get used to rolling that dice. But when I finally got it, that turn, I fucked him up. I just, then I just destroyed him. But
Right.
anyways,
I think I know what you're talking. You shared a few videos, that right? Danny?
yeah, I mean,
the guy kind of
basically showing
above
me,
you.
Yeah, it's
It's a Mr. Dice Man. Come on.
yeah, but
I
yeah,
think that's his name, right?
it might be. But man, I love that game so much. It's so fun.
Yep.
Controls are awesome. Visuals are so great. The sound is fucking phenomenal. Holy crap!
Yes, you would have enjoyed this years and years ago if you had only invested in Xboxes.
That's
what?
true. Or PC.
Yeah.
I live in Japan. What's an Xbox?
Right. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, that's going to do it for me, and actually that's going to do it for New Business. So now we're going to take a little trip over to now playing at thefamicast.com.
Oh boy.
The game.
And now playing at famicast.com. Of course, as always, lots of stuff going up on the YouTube, a few things going up on the website, and some stuff going up exclusively for our patrons. And James, do you want to talk about this first little bit here?
Oh yeah, 2 goodies. I mean, if you're not a patron, you're only getting 2 podcasts this month. But if you are a patron, you're getting 4, double the content. So, I'll talk about the brand new show that we've got going. That we just started, season 3, Patron season 3, and we talked about it a little bit on the end of season 2 last month. But we started this brand new show called The Games That Made Us, and this is a brand new show that we've never done before, video show, and basically it's us like playing the games that we had as a child, growing up. And the first episode is me, and Danny kind of joined in, just to kind of be the kind of interviewer, I guess. And,
I was basically just sitting there and just listen to you talk the whole time.
Yeah, that's right. Just so I'm not there by myself. And then it's basically just game footage that I recorded of me playing all the games that not all the games that I played growing up, but 4 games, 4 special games that I owned as a child, and talking about them and talking about my life, as a child, what games I played and bought, and reasons behind all of that and all that, just kind of like a personal history, because we hope that the patrons actually are interested in this stuff. If they're subscribed to us, hopefully they want to know this stuff. If not, it's going to be a very short video series. And next month we got Danny's one. Danny's going to talk about his his first games and his growing up and all that kind of stuff. But there you go.
64.
Yeah, so there it is. The Games That Made Us, episode 1, available now to our tier 2 or above patrons. And talking about tier 2 or above patrons, the audio show, Ty.
Yeah. Pick a top tier, as we say in the fighting games biz.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we did perhaps the most beloved of all of our Patreon podcasts, Armchair Developers Club.
Right.
Now, for this, me and James, we get together and we go to town with our design expertise to tackle a game series or perhaps an abstract concept. And
right.
Really, we should be getting millions of dollars for this.
Right, pretty much.
Right. So this time we talked about accessibility. just
Oh,
in
boy.
time for everyone to forget about it after the whole Sekiro debacle.
Right.
Yeah, and also not just accessibility, but inclusivity. Uh, beloved buzzwords
There you
in the
go.
game biz.
It was hot. Hot show.
It was really hot.
Pretty
So,
hot.
so
All the definitions of that word.
yes, they all like 4 or 5 definitions. Yeah, oh yeah.
So-
Check out my original walks into a bar joke.
Right.
It,
That was a good
what it was good. Okay, good. I hope so.
So instead of getting paid millions of dollars, we only asked for $3. So holy shit, talking about being underpaid.
It was a bargain of a lifetime.
Yep, pretty much.
Right. $3 you can get this amazing podcast and also all the ones we've done before ever.
Right. Yeah, that was episode 5 of that show. So
Yes.
we've been doing it for a while.
It's like hours and hours and hours of content for only $3.
Holy shit.
And then you can just cancel. But we're hoping you're gonna forget too,
Right.
right? Because the $3 every month, they put ramen on our tables, and
Yeah.
we can keep doing these.
I mean, it's cheaper than HBO too. So I mean,
Right?
come on.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, Game of Thrones is over. You don't need that subscription anymore.
Yeah,
Exactly. We have no end in sight either. So I mean, we're gonna keep going for decades and decades and decades and decades. So keep it locked.
Right? Yeah. And if you stick around long enough, eventually we're gonna kill everyone.
That's right. It'll just be a solo show, and Rich will have to take over.
Oh boy.
There it is.
It's good. It's a good one. Trust me on this one.
Oh yeah, and Danny, also we got some other videos, right?
Ooh.
Special videos, Danny, that me and you've been doing.
Oh, those.
Man, I'm not sure I want to know what these are.
Sorry, kids, cover your ears.
Me
Ask
neither.
if it's okay. Ask your grandma if it's okay to listen. No, so me and
Danny,
James,
tell the listeners where I touched you.
right in the.
In
Yes.
my heart, James.
Let's just go with that. Yeah, it does feel like a punch to the sack, some of these games, but we're going back through the old Famicom Online. James and I
Right.
played through 4 games last week, and all that stuff is going up this week. And if you're a patron, you could have already watched it and seen all of our expert gameplay, all of that type of stuff.
Oh
So-
right, yeah, shit. People haven't even seen these yet. Patrons have had it since Sunday, I guess.
Right. I mean, if you're listening to the audio version, you should be able to watch it now.
Right. If Famicast Friday has gone and passed, then yeah, you can watch it. So what was it? Kid Icarus, Donkey Kong Jr., Punch Out, and what was it called? That fucking kung fu game.
ER Kung Fu. It's like
Oh
a
right.
Legendary fighting game.
Konami. It's I hate it. I mean, I love it, and you're gonna love it too.
Actually, if James Allen is watching, one of our patrons, he liked it.
Okay, and James, as far as I know, I think he is watching right now.
There you go.
And also,
Uh,
shout out to Chariot Goblin and James because they're kind of chatting up in the chat a little bit right now.
Oh, maybe I'll hop in there.
Yep.
Danny, did you talk about your Final Fantasy VII video review last time? Or?
No, but there's a Final Fantasy VII video review. Old, but you can check that out.
Oh, brilliant. I like how Danny put, hours of editing and effort into that, and it's like, yeah, it doesn't even mention it. Brilliant.
It's not that big a deal.
Brilliant.
Only took 10 hours. We need some views. No,
Yeah, watch it.
listen more.
Just for pity's sake, watch
Yeah.
it.
I'll listen more. There it is.
Right?
Hey.
All right. Well, James, I think you know what time it is.
Oh boy, there. Ready?
There it is. Before we get into it proper, we did have a couple of interesting comments in the chat, the live chat right now. Chariot Goblin and
No time
James
for
Allen.
it. Next.
Well, no, they're talking about how there's some
Oh.
leaked photos or whatever of the Mario Kart mobile beta.
Oh, right, yeah.
So maybe I'll try
Way,
to find.
way to break NDAs, guys.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's those guys.
No. I mean, the people who got into the beta and then just immediately sharing videos and screenshots.
They
Brilliant.
couldn't be bothered with it, man. It's okay.
Hell yeah, I would have.
Right. From the Famicast YouTube account as well.
For
Brilliant.
sure.
Banned for life.
Anyway, so as I'm sure many of you out there know, there was a Super Mario Maker 2 Direct last week. And first of all, you're welcome. The only reason it happened is because we basically allowed it to. So
Right.
there you go. I know a lot of us have I know James in particular. We
Right.
he played more out of the Wii U version than I did, but I've liked it a lot. It was a lot of fun. I know Ty loved it. He played it every day. Okay.
He was too scared to play it.
But Cyrus and Rich, did you guys have Mario Maker on the Wii U?
No, Cyrus doesn't play Mario games.
Oh, right.
I'm not sure about Rich though.
I never played it.
Brilliant. What? So out of the 5 people, only me and Danny played it. Danny
Yeah,
barely played it.
I both am not a huge. I like 2D Mario games. They're fine, but I really get tired of making levels. I'm just not a big fan of those kind of games.
Well, you know, you
Mario
can,
Maker had.
It sounds like work.
Download levels like that other people make.
Nah, those are all terrible. There's never been a good custom-made level in any game.
Okay.
Cyrus, is this related to your hatred of creating characters as well?
I hate making stuff. As an artist, I'm opposed to the idea of creating things.
I was going to say, yeah, that makes complete sense. As someone who spends his whole life making stuff, I really hate making stuff.
Side note, everyone should play Disney Infinity, that game where you make your own levels and
Where you
games and
make
things.
your own level.
Excellent.
Cyrus, there it is.
Well,
Always making sense.
and I'm pretty sure we've all watched the Direct.
Oh, this was incredibly exciting, and the timing was amazing because, like, I think it announced it 2 days before or the day
Maybe
before,
like a day before or something. Yeah.
and it was like it was going to go live literally as I was about to start my commute on the way to work. So it was made my commute very happy indeed. It's great. Could watch it on the train. 7:00 a.m. in Japan.
Yep.
By the
that's
way.
right. I caught it after that because I don't like getting up early.
Yeah, it was really fun actually because they told us a lot of a lot of things that we wanted to know, and they didn't dwell on any of them. Just okay, this is the new thing, this is the new thing, just new feature, new feature, new feature,
Sure.
and then left us dangling with a little bit of kind of hints of what could be more. There could be a 6th Mario game in there. We've got Mario 1, Mario 3, Mario World, and Mario U. And then this new one, we've got 3D
Hotel
World.
Mario.
Yep. Well, let's just get into what they did talk about instead of
Right.
beating around the bush here a little bit. In terms of the new elements, this is kind of almost in order of kind of what they showed.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So many good things.
Yeah. So I mean, new elements that are in here now.
Yeah.
You got the Angry Sun,
Yeah.
originally from Super Mario 3. Snaking blocks, like the kind in Mario World, where they're kind of just going around. And,
Yeah, and you can actually draw your own paths, and there's 2
Yep.
different speeds that you can do, like green and blue ones.
Yep.
Super fast ones.
They got on and off blocks, so you can, if you hit a switch, then it could turn, certain blocks, basically make them appear or reappear or something like that.
Ooh, I wonder if the snake blocks turn into the skulls if you change it to the lava theme. That would
be cool, and that would make a lot of sense.
I like those in Mario World.
Yeah, me too. Those are awesome.
Um,
So you also have seesaw platforms. That was kind of cool. And also challenges are another thing that have been added here as well. Like, for example, kill X amount of enemies in the
Yes.
stage or collect X amount of something in the stage.
Again, this is another thing where I kind of predicted / requested it. Because 3DS had something like this. The 3DS version was so terrible, right? Because you couldn't share levels. It was just a completely pointless piece of shit, right? It's
See,
this. Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about. Making stuff. Pointless and waste of time.
Yeah. And that because the 3DS one had a load of cool ideas. You could I think you could street pass and you could start making the level and then street pass someone and then they could continue and playing it. There was a whole, and then they had these objectives and stuff that you could add. But it was just such a wasted opportunity because you couldn't share levels and all that kind of stuff, right? But this one, they've gone full ham. So now you can have any objective you want, collect 50 coins and you complete the level, or kill 10 of a certain enemy, and you do that. So you could have have a boss stage where you kill Bowser and you complete the stage, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the original game, there were ways around that. You could put Bowser and then like trying to like put the door behind Bowser,
Yeah.
or like attach a key to Bowser and stuff like that. There were ways to
Yep.
get around it, but it didn't really feel like
It
the
yeah,
proper
it's kind of
way.
it was kind of jank, but I mean
Right.
that's what you had to do. That's all you had to work with.
Yeah. But now it's just like, yep, defeat Bowser and you win. Objective done. That's
Right.
it. And you can do that for any enemy. So there's going to be so many things you could do that with that. Like you could have like bouncing on Koopa heads, and without touching the floor, and you have to and 10 times to win or something like that.
Yeah.
There's so many different things you can do. Crazy.
One thing James Allen pointed out too, he's like, "Hey, don't forget about that Koopa Troopa car that
Oh
just
yeah, the
was
Super
just
Famicom
flying
car.
through." Yeah.
So apparently, when you put it down, Koopa Troopa's in it. So you have to actually kill him to get to ride in it.
Okay.
So you can't just like plonk Mario straight in there,
Gotcha.
unless you can. Unless you can like shake. Sometimes, like in the original game, you shook items and then different things happened. So
Yep.
it could be one of those jobbies. And Danny, the angry sun thing.
Mhm.
So like if you shake the angry sun, it turns into the moon, and then the moon changes all the stages to nighttime stages.
Oh, okay. Because I didn't realize that was how it was done. I thought it was just because you can switch between day and night,
Right.
which is another thing. And
Using
they
the angry
also
sun. Well,
yeah, and
I'm
also,
not sure if that is amazing design or some of the worst design I've ever heard in my life.
what are you talking about?
Of like grabbing the sun. Switch the game to night mode. You have to grab the sun and shake it, and that'll flip the game to night mode. It's
in
like
the-
that's.
when you're making it, not like when,
But even that, it's like that's either genius and really clever design because it's like, yeah, the sun controls the day night, makes sense, or it's like this makes no sense at all. That's like this should just be a menu option.
I don't know if they're going to do that for the second one, because with Mario Maker 1, to kind of minimize the amount of menu items you had, alternate forms of stuff were done by grabbing the item and then shaking it a little bit, and then it would change into something else, right?
True.
But with this one, they seem to really double down on the menus, like with the radial menus, so maybe you don't have to do that. Maybe you can just select the moon from the menu now.
Because I wasn't. I mean, okay, I've only watched it once, like the direct once, and I did not remember that bit.
Right.
But I just assumed that they would have it as an option.
Yeah,
You can
they
just-
phrased it differently. They said like, if you defeat the sun or something like that, like you did something with the sun, then you can get night mode. But anyway, the point is they've got whole more themes. So now we've got desert and snow and forest and sky, and on top of the the original underground, overground stuff.
Right.
And now all of those have got night versions. So that's like I can't even count how many there are now. So there's going to be like what, 7 themes times by 2. So like 14 different like themes you can do. And that's before you've even started changing the type of game. Mario Brothers 1 to Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah.
So we're talking like, what, if there's 14 per game and there's like 5 different game modes you could do? This is like ridiculous. Like almost like no 2 levels are ever going to be the same.
Yeah.
But on top of that, when you change it to night mode, then they start to like mess things around. Like, like with the snow one, if you play the snow ones at night, then the snow becomes slippery. And that's something you couldn't do in the first one. Well, there wasn't even the snow in the first one. So, and then like, is it like the underground one? Like if you do it at nighttime, then it flips upside down. So you can like freaking do Mario Galaxy style levels.
Yeah, that looks cool and also like really, really hard.
And that has never been in any 2D Mario game ever. Like playing levels upside down. And then like desert ones, like a sandstorm, like pushes you back. I think that's been in Mario games, hasn't it? Like
yeah.
Sand,
I mean, geez,
like
that's been
sand wind.
That was in Lost Levels. They had that in there, but that was a little bit different. But same kind of an idea.
One of them is like 0G, so you could do like space levels, like in Mario Land. Like the Mario Land 2 Moon level, which is like one of my favorite Mario levels ever. And now you could do that. You could do like Moon levels as well.
Mm-hmm.
So they've literally done every type of Mario, and they've made new ones that have never happened before. It's crazy. And Koji Kondo has made brand new tracks to fit all of these themes.
Wow.
So he's actually gone back and remixed his original Mario World, for example, Mario World songs, and then made, desert themes. Because there wasn't a desert in Mario World, right?
Right.
So he's actually gone back and made a desert Mario World song and whatever, all those different songs. He's actually gone back and remade them. So It's kind of amazing. So we're getting like brand new Koji Kondo Mario World songs in the 2019. It's crazy.
Yeah, and man, some of those Back to the Suns, because I mean I just can't get enough of it, I guess. But man, the new Super Mario
Oh,
Brothers version just looks weird.
That is, yeah, that's like freaky. That's like some
It just looks like
hell
it's
demon type
yeah,
stuff.
it looks like it's some kind of like a mask that was possessed from Majora's Mask that they removed from the game, that is stoned and wants to murder you. I mean, it's
Right.
just yeah.
Yeah. I like how they add items that didn't exist into all the different kind of game types, you know? Like, so you get Angry Sun in like Mario Brothers 1,
Yeah.
Mario Brothers U, you know, things that don't exist, you know? It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I'm
Um,
glad that they're not. Well, okay.
Well, we did find out that about 3D World,
Yeah.
which I don't know. It's a tile set that I'm probably not going to use very much. I mean, I'm making that decision having never played the game, but like, there's something about playing these 3D World levels in 2D that doesn't really appeal to me.
It's New Super Mario Brothers U. I mean,
Yeah, it's
what the hell's
that,
the
but just
difference
with
aside
clear
from the cat
pipes.
suit? Aside from the
Yeah,
clear
yeah,
pipes
yeah.
and the cat suit, there's nothing different, really.
So people were speculating. So like, how are these levels going to work if you can be a cat and just climb up everything? And they answered it in this direct. Basically, 3D World levels are separate. Like if you start if you have a stage that you've already built and you flick it to 3D World, it'll say, "We're going to clear everything off this stage. You're going to have to start from scratch." So they're pretty much like separated them from the other ones. So the classic 2D Mario ones, you can pretty much switch between the tiles anytime you want, but with 3D World, it's completely separate. So yeah, it makes sense. Although they're not that radically different, so I don't get it. But you know, whatever.
But I mean, James, you kind of hinted at this a little bit earlier, but I mean, you can look in here as this is a potential for other games that a lot of people have been asking for, aka
Yeah.
Super Mario Brothers 2,
Yeah,
USA.
that's what the speculation is, because the sixth game type is separated off next, like 3D World.
There's a space, but there's nothing
Yeah,
there.
there's nothing there. So they're gonna either probably introduce it at E3, like during the. Are they doing the Nintendo World Championship again, or they're doing
Yeah,
like a
but
something, aren't they?
They're doing a direct also.
No. Like the whole thing with Mario Maker 1 was that they actually had a Nintendo World Championship, and they had a whole tournament and stuff, and like loads of things were revealed during that thing.
Yeah, they might be. I don't remember.
So that would be cool if they revealed the sixth game, you know, as part of the direct stream, the E3 direct stream. That would be pretty cool. And it's like, you know, like there's two pro players playing against each other, and then, you know, they go into the last stage and boom, it's a brand new thing we've never seen before. That'd be pretty cool. But I personally do not like Super Mario Brothers USA /2, and I don't want it to be that, but that's just me, and a lot of people do want that.
Well, I mean, James, I know you're really partial to, you know, the Game Boy ones, and I don't see how they couldn't do that too. But with those, I wouldn't see why you would even need to make those in like a different area. You know what I mean? That could be like in the upper area with the other Marios that you don't need to change.
Yeah, because Super Mario Land 2 is basically just regular Mario, but just without the colors.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the first one would be a little rough.
Yeah, the first one, yeah, I mean, I obviously like that game, but...
That's cool. It's cool, man.
Yeah, that would be quite radically different. Yeah. So, yeah. What other Mario... Well, it could be... There's also the wild card option, which is it's a brand new art style we've never seen before. And it could be you know...
I'd say they're probably saving that for like the next actual honest-to-God 2D Super Mario. I think that would be maybe just too crazy to put something like that in.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it feels like there's already so much content in this game. I don't really need... And we haven't even got into the new modes yet, but like, even just the content alone is kind of crazy, right? So, it could be a DLC as well. It could be a paid thing. You don't know.
Sure.
But anyway. So the new modes, also very exciting. There's over 100 professionally made stages, Cyrus, crafted by Nintendo, that you can play. And as you play, you collect coins and rebuild Peach's castle. And it kind of looks like a 3D Mario. Like, I don't know, maybe you're not actually controlling Mario at that point. Maybe it's just like a canned animation. but like, do you know what I'm talking about? There's Mario in his Mario Maker helmet, but it's like a 3D. It's like from Mario Odyssey or something, and the castle's in 3D.
It
And
probably is just a cutscene version of Mario
yeah.
that you can walk around.
I doubt you'll be like running around a 3D castle, you know, Galaxy Odyssey style. But,
probably not the exact same way. I mean, it did look like okay.
So the single player mode in Mario Maker 1 was very much like, what was it like? I don't even know how many stages there were. There weren't this many, but they were like very kind of like, tutorial-y kind of stages, just to give you some kind of inspiration. Like, this is what you can make with this game. And it sounds similar to that, but they've just done a lot more to it. So, like, there's some really kind of interesting and kind of ingeniously designed levels that are using these new features that you have to play through and complete to, get through them. So it's like a completely wild version of Mario that you've got to play through, and you've got to play through Mario 1, Mario 3, World, and all that kind of stuff.
It almost feels like these are less tutorial levels and more like, hey, did you realize you can do a crazy thing with this item?
Right.
Like, it's just showing you all the stuff you can do and go, oh, wait, yeah, I get you. I could do something like that.
Yeah, like the new crane item. There's like a level based around, using the crane, which grabs Mario, and then you can, you can actually attach it to a string and like make it like almost like a rope that you can swing off. Things like that, there'll be stages based around that. And there's probably one based around the car and, what the tilting levels, all the other new stuff that they've added to it. So it should be a good ride, Did I just say 100 levels, was it? Yeah, 100 stages.
100 levels.
Yes. So, yeah, looking forward to that. And that in itself was pretty amazing. And then they fucking dropped the mic moment was that you can now have 4 players on or offline in any of these tile sets. So they showed fucking 4-player online Mario World. It's like, what? I just couldn't believe that.
Yeah,
almost dropped my phone at that point.
Yeah, even showing like some of the Mario 3 stuff, like showing like a Toad with like a raccoon suit. I was like, holy crap, this is awesome.
Yeah, part of me was disappointed that they're going back to the blue Toad, yellow Toad nonsense that they've had from you.
Yeah.
And I do hope they have unlockable, sprites and skins for those.
Sure.
Like they had in the first Mario Maker, But like, holy shit, like you can make a 2-player Mario World stage that you can play. And it's not like where you're locked on the same screen. You can have, you see what you see on your screen, and your friend could be way ahead, and you could be playing this level together. And then, as a person who likes making Mario levels as well, then you're thinking like, okay, well now you can make stages where you got to have 2 people cooperating and doing stuff at the same time. So many possibilities, and you can do that with 4 players as well. So you could have things like, you could recreate Saw or something, like which one of your friends do you have to kill to get through this room or something like that, You have to like eliminate one person to get to the end of the level. That'd be quite funny. Lots of things you could do. Crazy. We're forgetting anything? And well, yeah, after that's just which versions of the game they got and all that stuff.
Exactly, that's the main stuff. But I mean, yeah, like James said, there are 2 versions, and we've known this. We talked about this the last time too. There's a version that comes, there's a vanilla version, then there's a version that comes with the Nintendo Switch Online, which is kind of a discount because it's basically only like 1,000 yen or $10 more expensive than just the regular version. So I mean, essentially, you're getting Nintendo Switch Online for like, $10 or 1,000 yen, something like that. So not bad
for a year. And it stacks as well.
Yeah, exactly. You can stack up to 3 years. So I think, like I said, I think we talked about that before. And yeah, with
I tried. You can actually pre-order that. I went to my game store recently. You can pre-order, but it has to be the physical one, which I don't want. And you can't pre-order the download cards, unfortunately.
But you should be able to buy it. I saw something on NCL's website about you being able to get that version digitally.
Oh, can you just go to the eShop and buy that?
Yeah, pretty sure.
With the online pass?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I might just do that.
So yeah, double check that after the show. I'm pretty sure I saw that.
All right then. Right on.
Yeah. And I think that's about it for Super Mario Maker.
Comes out 28th of June.
Yep.
And I should have mentioned this in my new business. One of my new business, not game related, was that Nintendo, friend of the show. He's in Japan right now. I actually met with him earlier today.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, he'll be. I think he's on the special list that Nintendo has, so he'll be one of the lucky SOBs playing it early.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be good times.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was good to see Don. We went to Akihabara together.
Cool.
Nice.
Checked out Super Potato, known Famicast haunt. All right then.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it, right?
Right.
Are you talking
All
about
the-
potatoes? Is this my cue?
All the games
Oh
are
no,
expensive.
that's racist.
All the games are incredibly expensive now, thanks to people buying everything.
Right? Like every time there's a big international event, like all the copies of Seiken Densetsu 3 are gone.
Yeah.
Every time.
Still, I mean,
got two.
Super Potato is like the most famous, retro shop or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Like
trust me, there are so many of those little really good retro shops tucked away in
Mm.
Akihabara. So if you're ever in Japan and you want to look for retro stuff,
Right.
just look around, man.
Right.
There's a
At
bunch
this
of great
point,
stuff.
it's just one of many.
yeah,
Yeah, and it's like a tourist destination, so if I was running Super Potato, I would definitely jack up all the prices.
Yeah. I mean,
Right.
the good thing is too. I mean, their stuff's always in really, really good condition.
So Don was looking for a copy of Mother 3 on the Game Boy Advance, and we couldn't find one today. And another thing he was looking for was Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles
That's
on the
easy
GameCube.
one, man.
Oh,
Yeah. No, he
I-
wanted like a mint in box kind of one.
Yeah, you could find those. Not
Yeah.
that hard.
I had one. I gave it away years ago.
Yeah, me too. Apparently that's worth quite a penny now.
God damn it.
So yeah. I think I sold it for like 500 yen or something like that. Like
Right.
the giant box version.
Man, I hate that game. Real
Yeah,
time,
yeah, me
I
too.
remember.
That's why I sold it. Yeah,
right?
it's a hard game to hang on to when you hate
Yeah.
it. But there was this big box full of like games in Super Potato, like a plastic box that you could see through, and a whole bunch of
Right.
games in there.
Like
And
a
some
bargain bin?
Well, that's the thing. It was closed on the top, and it was kind of like closed, kind of locked.
Right.
And Don kind of saw a couple of games that he wanted in that box. So I asked the guy at the store. It's like my friend wants to get this game, and he just like very bluntly said, "These are not for sale." I was like, "Whatever, dude. Okay, just asking." Like.
Yeah.
I don't know. The people at Super Potato, fucking hell, they can be assholes sometimes. Fucking nerds, honestly.
Well, I mean, think about it. You probably got a lot of foreigners coming in. They don't
Yeah.
even know any Japanese. But hey, can I buy this? Or just like rip something off the shelf and it's not, clearly not for sale.
Do you have Earthbound?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. Fuck the Super Potato staff. Or at least that one
Right.
guy, anyway.
So I was at
There's
that
another
Super-
guy who was helpful, but that one guy was an idiot. Fuck that guy.
I was at that Super Potato a couple months ago, and they do have a Virtual Boy on display.
Mhm.
So,
Oh, yeah, that's broken now, by the way.
Yeah.
oh really?
Yeah, I didn't break it. I just went there and it was
I
broken.
did.
Shit. Okay, this time.
It was me.
Yeah. That did sound like it was me, didn't it? It was like, yeah, it's broken now.
Yeah, I thought that was the end of your story, right?
Yeah, they had the controller, but the device was not on there anymore.
Yeah, it was probably a foreigner that broke it. How much do you want to bet?
Yeah,
Or
and
could
there
be
was-
a stupid Japanese person too. Who knows?
They had a
That's
game.
racist.
They had a GameCube with Melee on it.
Oh, okay.
Me and Dan played it. With and the control sticks were kind of busted.
Of course.
No wave dashing.
Yeah, only the best.
I beat Dan. Anyway, next.
Yeah. So, I mean, kind of related to the Super Mario Maker 2 news, Nintendo, of course, you probably already know this, but there's some Nintendo Switch online vouchers, dubbed in Japan as the Nintendo catalog tickets. And what this does is basically
Wait, what?
for like $100 or about 10,000 yen.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah, you'll get like these tickets where you can use them to purchase two first or Nintendo published game. And right now there's a list online of like what type of games are available
Right.
now. I mean, obviously, Mario Maker is also on this list as well. You can use your pre-order and buy it this way.
Astral Chain is also on there.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm emphasizing ass. You know why I'm emphasizing ass.
yeah. I know. I saw the picture. Fat.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Danny.
initially I was initially I was kind of like next during that Mario Maker Direct when they started waffling on about fucking $100 tickets you could buy. It's like, well, I own all of those games, so what's the point? Because I'd only get Mario Maker 2 and then I wouldn't be able to have a second one. But then I thought, wait a minute, this year,
Yeah.
Luigi's Mansion 3, like Link's Awakening remake, Astral Chain might be good. You don't know,
Right.
so it's like 2, possibly 3 other first-party games coming out this year that you could easily use with that ticket. So
Yeah, I mean, for Japan too, because the games, it depends on almost like the genre who's in Nintendo's publishing, but a game like Astral Chain is not going to be the same price as Mario Maker. That's just not how it goes here.
yeah, it's gonna be about 9,000 yen. Something, right?
And think Smash Brothers too. Smash Brothers was what, like almost like 8,000 yen or something, or 70.
Yeah, it was 72. I think.
I mean, that sucks, but I mean, you can still use these coupons to get like either Captain Toad or something that's like more expensive. It's
Yeah,
like,
you could actually lose money if
Yeah,
you
if
if you get 1-2 Switch and like Captain Toad, you're actually losing money.
yeah.
You bought 1-2 Switch, you already lost money.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Right, Danny?
I'm good with it. But yeah, I'm interested in this kind of. But then again, recently I kind of want to start buying all my games physical. What? Ever since that Famicast Evolution game just got ripped away from the eShop, God rest its soul. You can only get it physical now, so you
No
know.
one cares.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Well, if you can find that one physical, then sure. Yeah,
Well, I already have
that's
it
one
digital.
worth checking out, right?
Yeah. Anyways, yeah.
You already bought the download one. It's yours, Danny. It's safe. Don't worry about it.
Well, okay.
All right then.
Well, this next bit of news is actually right up Cyrus's alley.
Oh, yeah.
Something he's been looking forward to here.
Absolutely. So, as I often talk about it, apparently, Yokai Watch 4 is getting delayed in Japan. So it's been pushed back from June 6th to June 20th.
No one cares.
Level 5 says the game needs further quality improvements so that all players, meaning a single player, may possibly enjoy this game without worries.
Just for the record, I am going to be picking this up, and we'll be talking about it a little bit on the podcast. But probably be some videos and stuff like that. Some people seem to be interested in it.
Exclusive.
Yeah, exclusive, except for all the other Japanese people that are going to buy it too. But hey, whatever.
Yeah. And I make fun of Yokai Watch. I'm sure it's fine. That game actually looks good. Yokai Watch tries different stuff between games, which
Yeah.
is to their credit. So
It's one of our best performing videos on our YouTube channel. That's why I love it. It's great.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm interested. Even though, I mean, despite that, I thought it was fun to play TGS. Yeah, it's kind of janky a little bit, but it's been a while. They've had some time to fix it, and hopefully this additional 2 weeks is really going to make a difference. Woo! Fuck off.
That sounds to me like they found something pretty game breaking.
I hope so. Well, I don't hope so, but I mean, I hope that they're fixing it if that is the case.
Felt pretty broken. TGS last year.
Yes. Next up, Ty, you want to read this little story here?
No.
Okay. Again, this is a game Ty's been looking forward to.
Oh yeah, I fucking love Doraemon. Story of Seasons will be getting a free demo on the Japanese eShop. So there's not a timetable of any sort, not an exact timetable for the release, but it's happening.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Bit out of my price range, that demo. Not for me.
Right. So, I mean, this game is coming out in Japan on June 13th, and it's coming out in the West this fall, which I found was really weird.
Wait, this game Doraemon is getting a Western release?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Yes. I think
Yeah,
we talked
and
about this on the last episode.
Isn't it called RoboCat 2000?
Yes.
Harvest
What?
Moon Edition?
Yes.
Like, I love that this will be most people's first introduction to Doraemon in the West. This
Yeah.
weird farming simulator game.
Except all the people who bought Doraemon 64.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry,
yeah.
I forgot both of those guys.
Yeah, you know the Nintendo 64 launch window. We were hard up for games.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotta get that Doraemon, and you gotta get that Havu Shogi.
Exactly. Don't kink shame. Uh, moving on to this next one. So yeah, I've heard this too, and yeah. So the Biohazard 4, aka Resident Evil 4 port on the Switch does not have the motion controls from the Wii. It seems kind of like a generally lazy port. I don't know. Some parts of it do, some parts of it don't. There's bugs that are like from like the PS4 and Xbox version that are still kind of available that are still
Available now
yeah, they're still there
for
in
the
the
low
game,
price
so,
of $30.
Right?
yeah. So that's shameful, but
Yeah, I know Ty's got opinions on the Wii version being the best version. So
Yeah.
it is weird how they didn't do that.
and I mean,
Right.
hell, even in the Wii version, you can use a regular controller if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Oh, I did read about if you got the GameCube adapter, which I know Ty has.
Yeah.
If you plug that into your Switch, you can actually straight up play on your Switch. You can play the GameCube controller.
Ah,
It'd probably be compromised.
for the extremely original experience.
There you go.
Well, did they farm this out to some no-name port factory?
Yeah, it's called
Programmers.
Capcom.
Oh God. What?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, if you guys want to see like a complete disaster, check out the very first original PC port of Resident Evil 4. Holy shit!
Wow.
They
Oh,
just like that game didn't even have like shaders. It was like a train wreck.
Hey, I was gonna say, man, TGS 2007. I was there as a
Oh, yeah?
student or something, and I saw like a mobile port of Resident Evil 4 before like iPhones were a thing here. It looked like shit.
Gross.
Yeah. Last little bit of news here, SteamWorld related stuff, and yeah, man, they're having a huge ass sale on all of the SteamWorld games on
Buy them.
all of the platforms too.
Buy them all. Doesn't matter what console you got. Just buy them all.
Wii U, 3DS, Switch, whatever.
Yeah,
PSI.
everyone has to have SteamWorld Dig 2. If you don't have SteamWorld Dig 2, that's shameful. And if you've got that, then you should get SteamWorld Heist. And then if you got that, you should get SteamWorld Quest.
Oh,
Or
okay.
SteamWorld Dig 1. They're all good.
Yeah, I could get it on Xbox.
Yeah.
You can.
I think they're like half off, like sometimes more. It's crazy.
Some of them are, some are even more than that. It's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah. It's nice when, good games go on sale.
I'm going to put it on my wish list, which is a feature on
Yeah, boy.
Xbox.
Yeah. I think, Ty, you would like SteamWorld Heist, which is like, the kind of strategy game.
All right.
That's a good one.
Cool. Alrighty, well, I think that's going to do it for the news. So now
it's exciting.
we got a super exclusive special feature.
Exclusive. Well, Rich is here, and he's our most specialist patron, and his tier, one of the tier rewards that he has, is that he can be on the show with us, check, and he can choose a topic, check, question mark. So, Rich, what topic have you decided for this episode?
I guess I'll talk about clam digging because I don't really have anything else to talk about.
So what's a clam?
Yeah.
So you did clam digging, is what you're saying, in Japan?
Yes, I did. I guess patrons might remember a question from the Life in Japan episode.
Right. With friend of the show, Reggie and J-Dubs.
Yeah. Of course, you were all no help at all.
You're welcome.
I was completely unprepared.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. But no, it's kind of fun, especially if you like squatting on the beach in the sun for hours and hours. Like, if that's your thing, then you'll love clam digging.
So you didn't get sunburned, did you? You don't look sunburned.
I got sunburned in the places where I forgot that the sun might hit.
Okay,
like
know
my
that
leg.
you can stop there.
Thank God we're on the
Naked
video
clam
show.
digging. Right.
Yeah.
Famicast After Dark.
Yeah.
So did you? So the thing that we were kind of wondering on the show, the Life in Japan show, was how are you going to take them home, or were you going to eat them there and then, or what?
Yeah.
So what did you end up doing?
They give you these like nets, basically, that you fill up with clams, and then I guess it's up to you I only kind of understood what was going on because it was all in Japanese. But
Mhm.
it's up to you to take them home. So we had like a cooler or whatever that we took them back to a friend's house in, and then cooked up all the clams in a few different ways.
Mm.
Ate them.
All right, cool.
So that was pretty good.
Nice.
If you like clams.
Were they good?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you could taste the sand in there.
Brilliant.
So
Sandy food.
yeah. Um, but yeah, I was not very good at the clam digging. I don't know. I guess there's some kind of technique to it that I hadn't quite mastered.
Were you
Sounds like
wearing
caught
everyone
two
else?
clams.
Yeah.
Were you wearing socks or like boots or something? Or?
I was wearing some sandals that were good enough for low tide and a little bit in the water, stuff like that.
Nice. And you didn't get your feet sliced open.
Nope.
Good.
No. Yeah.
Was it like mostly like kids doing it? Or?
It was definitely like a family activity.
Right. Yeah. And you
So
were
I
by
went with-
yourself
Yeah.
or with friends?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't.
Were you the only foreigner there?
Probably.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Good.
Uh,
Don't want any stinky guys in looking at you.
oh yeah.
The worst.
Yeah.
Look at this podcast for evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Actually, coincidentally, because I was chatting with Rich shortly after he did the clam digging, and I guess one of my wife's friends was there
My
at the
wife.
same beach with
Mhm.
like her family and stuff, like their kids and whatever. And yeah, weird.
So you didn't mention any, like, foreigners that were, making their kids nervous or anything.
I mean, they said something kind of in lines of what Agent Smith said. It's the smell. Talking about Rich being a foreigner. But
Guys
that's how
from
they knew
Kasai.
that the foreigner was there. So
Right. Ah, yes, there was foreigner there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Many a foreigner. Cool. So, have you got up to anything else fun, Rich, while you've been in Japan? Anything game related? Because it's the Famicast.
Nothing really game related this time. Sorry to disappoint.
Did you go to any really cool guy's house and play video games with them or anything? Or?
No, I've never done that.
Same. All right then.
Maybe someday.
Oh no, you did go to a concert, didn't you?
Oh yeah. That was on a previous trip. I'm going to another one on this trip. That's not really game related, but
Oh, okay. Right. The last one was a Persona concert.
no.
What was it?
Just a band.
Okay. No Persona
James,
related.
this is Rich.
No.
Remember Rich?
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes Persona. Oh, what's your reaction to Persona 5 actually not coming to the Switch after all, and it's just that stupid Musoge?
Well, as on PS4, I don't really care. But
Are you interested in Muso?
no, not at all.
Not at all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not even.
I'm confused by that game.
Wow, so even a Persona 5 super fan like Rich is not interested, so wow, good luck to them.
I mean, there's probably a reason why he likes Persona, and that's probably not Muso games.
There you go.
This
Probably.
is the hunch, but yeah.
That's right. Exhibit A, evidence that Muso games are the worst and actually don't attract fans of game
Cyrus
series.
and myself have a little thing to say about old Hyrule Warriors, but we'll
Yeah,
save that
it's-
for about 20 episodes ago.
Save that for your psychiatrist.
I have a friend who seemed to enjoy Hyrule Warriors. I don't know what's wrong with her, but
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great person.
When does she get out?
Wow.
Right then.
Cool.
So that was Rich Catalana, super special segment.
Claps.
Thanks, Rich. I hope that was worth your super tier that you paid the
this is
Patreon.
this is why I contribute.
Thank you.
Cool. All right, well, now let's go ahead and move on to some feedback. So if you would like your email comments, complaint, sure, what the hell. You can send
Hell
us
yeah.
an email at thefamicast@gmail.com. You can hit us up here on YouTube. If you're watching us on YouTube right now, hello, thank you for watching. Just find us there, the Famicast. You can find us on Twitter at the Famicast, Facebook at the Famicast. We're all over the place. Famicast.com. Send your hate mail and fan mail to those places. And for now, we don't have any emails, but we did get a couple of comments on a couple of different things. We have a comment on Facebook, actually. This is from AJ. We had put something up about the Final Fantasy VII review that we did, #old. And AJ, I don't know if he's a big fan of Final Fantasy VII. He's like, I can't take another port or release of this game. And okay.
What's he talking
Duly
about?
noted. We'll stop porting Final Fantasy games.
Yes.
Yeah,
No.
sorry about that.
No.
I'm not sorry.
Yeah, so I get it. Some people are sick of Final Fantasy VII. That's cool.
Yep.
And, but yeah, moving on to the old YouTube, and we might have mentioned this last time, but James has been kind enough to put together a lot of music tracks from some games that just don't have a lot of music up on the old YouTube right now.
Right.
And we get a lot of positive comments about that. A lot of people are loving that stuff.
Wow. Who knew that stealing other people's music could be so profitable?
Right. Yeah, so we did get a comment from MMX300, and he says, thank you for uploading. I'm crazy about Gilgamech's boss battle theme. I want to hear that. I think that's something that a couple of people have been saying, James, so you might want to do that if you haven't already.
Okay. I've kind of moved on from SteamWorld Quest.
Okay. Well, actually, James Allen, who was just hanging out in the chat here earlier, he had a comment for the last episode 149. He said, oh man, gutted to miss the live stream. Was hopping off a warship in Portsmouth and heading for the train home while it was on. The episode really made me chuckle, especially when I was mentioned as a new patron, and Ty came out with, thanks for the money.
Right. Yeah, James Allen, our newest patron. Oh, he's watching now, right?
Yeah, he was. He might have just already turned it off. Good luck to him.
Yeah, I'm also impressed that you said Portsmouth, not Portsmouth.
Give me some credit, man.
Well, you never know.
Not much.
North America.
Yeah, well.
What the heck is a port?
Don't make me wash your mouth out with soap there, James.
Are you from Scotland? Are you from Edinburgh or Glasgow?
See,
Right.
he knows how to pronounce them correctly. Moving on here, a couple other nice comments. One from Nicholas about the SteamWorld Quest music. Hey, thanks for the upload. One from Cargo Bob.
I made all the music myself. You're welcome.
Yes, James. He did. He said, hey, could you share that song they play in Mission with Al Escapes from Prison? Well, apparently it's not going to happen.
Jesus Christ. People are requesting fucking music all over the shop now.
Yeah. Norwal, he says, very good stuff. Keep it up. Russ Greeno, this is on the Boxboy stream. I think this is the first one that you did, James.
Oh,
Maybe.
yeah.
Anyways, but he said, I wish this was on 3DS as well.
It is. There's 3 games on 3DS.
Wow.
There's a lot of Boxboy on the 3DS. Just not this version.
And, by the way, James Allen's still there. Hi, James. Thanks for watching, bud.
So,
another one from Local Jerry.
Local Jerry, good name.
Yeah. On the Power Pro preview that I put together, he said, hey, man, I wish MLB Power Pros would come back. Probably not going to happen.
I saw the is it on Super Famicom?
I think it did start on Super Famicom.
Yeah. Maybe even a Game Boy one. I think when I was with Don at Super Potato today, we were looking at that one, like one of the original ones.
I mean, it's weird because there's Japanese baseball ones, and then they started doing Major League Baseball ones as well, and even released some in the West, particularly some on the Wii and PS2.
Right.
I had one somewhere, but I don't worry about it. Moving on here, Capitan Indy. He's like, my dude, I really need that Gilgamesh theme song so bad. Can't find it anywhere. James, you got people calling for it, man.
Okay.
It's the music that you took all the time and the effort to make, dude.
You gotta put on that sexy radio DJ voice and pump out some more shows.
Yeah. I should save it for Famicast Sound Test, and then they have to be subscribed and be patrons to hear it. That'd be cruel.
Yeah.
I might actually do that. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, special request only.
That's
Famicast
right.
Radio.
Oh, you missed the one from Russ Greeno.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, I did miss one. And Russ has watched one of our most recent Famicom online ones with Donkey Kong Jr. Fantastic game. Mwah. Love it. Gotta love how these guys make it look so easy. Damn right.
Oh yeah, man, exactly. As I often say this, with our Famicast, Famicom online videos, is if you're looking for professional advice, no hit, one life playthroughs of these games, Famicom Online is not going to give you any of that. But we have a good time anyway.
Yep. And one last comment from MechAwesome75. I think that Act 1 theme boss is the best. The other ones are good, but the guitar riffs in this one are really good. Yeah, and I think I said it before, but there's some really, really good music in StreamWorld Quest.
Okay, I got some Famicast news here. We're actually transitioning to be a game music website, so the patron tiers are all changing. Depending on how much money you give us, you get different amounts of soundtracks.
Yep.
How's that?
Yep. Don't share them with anybody, please.
And then, right, and then move on to Twitter, I guess, right?
Yep.
So, okay, a couple of people are hype for Virtua Racing, like Danny's review. James Allen, I know he's listening. It must be weird listening to someone else reading his own tweets out, but he's currently plowing, well, maybe not now, but he's plowing his way through the treasure trove of exclusive podcasts. 8 down, 26 to go. Wow, good pace. He particularly enjoyed the Mario Kart Armchair Designers Club episode, Ty.
Yeah, it's like we said, it's the best.
Well, you said that, but yeah.
I did.
Let's go with that. And James also has a question. He says, did any of you play Captain Skyhawk on the NES back in the mid-90s?
Oh, yeah. I played it a little bit. Rareware game, incidentally.
Huh.
I believe it was published by Milton Bradley in the United States.
Ooh,
there you go.
Nice.
He says, love this game. Made that a little bit easier with the NES Advantage joystick. Wow.
Oh, I was just talking about that with someone today. I didn't beat Battletoads on the NES until I switched to NES Advantage.
Oh.
It gives you those clean inputs you need for top level play.
I think Ty's giving away his episode of the games that made us. And that's pretty much going to be that, right?
No, I don't even get that far in the timeline. We're going to be digging up some ancient history.
Nice. So yeah, he says the NES Advantage joystick had the continuous fire switch. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't use it, you coward.
And he says he thinks Rare had some input in it, so yeah.
Yeah, because they made that game.
There you go.
Or do you mean the controller?
I think it means the game.
All right. Yeah, they made Captain Skyhawk. I don't know what to tell you.
So yeah, we had an announcement that we've almost reached our monthly goal on Patreon. We have a $150 per month goal, and we're up to $139 thanks to the last 3 new patrons, and also some cool people upping their patron donations. So yeah, there are actually 2 slots left for the extra swag. Because we said we'd give extra swag to the first 5 new patrons this season.
Oh yeah, I'm working on a crate of trash right now.
Right. So if you want to get something from Ty's crate of trash, there are 2 slots left. So get to it.
Yeah.
And yeah, and Anna is saying that she's definitely going to grab that Famicast T-shirt from Amazon.com, only in America.
Please understand.
Oh, actually, no. Sorry, I apologize. It's not only in America now. We actually do have a .co.uk and .de availability. So if you're German or British, you can also buy a Famicast T-shirt on Amazon, on your local Amazon of choice.
Nice.
So sorry if you're French or Italian. Unless you can buy one from the you might be able to buy it from the German one if you're in Italy or whatever, right? Probably.
We do have We do have another avenue to buy T-shirts with another website.
Yeah.
Teespring.
Yeah, Teespring as well. Yeah. I'll get some new links for that maybe soon. Next up, we got Russ Greeno. Russ Greeno is actually doing some advertising on our behalf. Thanks, Russ. So somebody was asking, what's his name? Metally. Metally was asking, anyone got any good podcasts to listen to? And Russ was right in there to recommend the Famicast.
Nice.
He says you'll love it. It's 2 Americans and a Brit, and they all live in Japan and play Xbox and Nintendo. And there's also an Irish chap that's along for the ride who used to live in Japan. Don't know who
Man, that guy
is.
sounds cool.
I like how he made it sound like we all live in the same house. It's like 2
it's
American
like Tara's
fellas and a
house,
Brit.
but-
Yeah. Right.
We live in this ninja commune.
Right, and then the Metally guy actually also thought the same thing because he was, wow, they're looking for a roommate? I'll check it out.
Right.
I think
then
I think somebody snarkily,
Yeah.
answered them too.
Oh yeah, Russ said, yeah, you can stay at Danny Bibbs' house anytime, free meals.
Yeah. Okay. First. Okay. I remember that wrong. I thought it was you, James, but it was Russ. Russ, good job.
It usually is me, but Russ has actually taken over. He's
Yeah.
a long-time listener, so he knows the jokes.
Yep.
Ty, was he? It was probably, this is mentioning you, but
Okay.
he said somebody on Twitter says it's refreshing to hear somebody repping A Link to the Past over Ocarina of Time. That sounds like you.
Yeah, that was absolutely me because Link to the Past is great and Ocarina of Time is not good. I didn't like
Yeah.
it.
So I think we have a new listener. I think he's gone
Hell-
back and started listening to.
Yes, join the
episode.
resistance.
I guess. Well, if he's listening on the new feed, he's probably had to start at episode 100, right?
These kids with their newfangled Nintendo 64s don't know what they're talking about.
Right.
Right.
So I think that is everything that we want to mention today.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, and James was asking for our friend codes. So yeah, we shared that on our what's it called, the Discord.
Yes, we have
So,
a
yeah.
Discord and I'm in it.
That's right. We're all in the Discord. So,
That's like
yeah.
the number one selling feature, if you ask me.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
in it.
Yeah, and that's a tier 1 reward as well. You only have to be the $1 tier to get in the Discord. So
Yeah.
easy peasy. If you want to get in and join in on the nonsense that Ty's
Right.
have going on in Discord,
I'm
It's
adding
there.
emojis.
and a lot more beside that.
Oh yeah.
All right then.
Exclusive content.
Could put it that
Imagine like air quotes around exclusive and content.
way. Right, exactly. Separated.
Exclusive memes.
Right then. So Danny, I think we're done.
Yep, that's it for the feedback, and actually, that is it for the show. For those of you that were watching us live, thank you so much. For you watching us on YouTube, thanks a lot. Audio version, all that stuff, thank you so much. We're going to go ahead and give our Twitter handles, and then we're going to go ahead and sign off. If you want to follow me, you can do that at on Twitter at DannyBibb,
Danny Bibbs.
DannyBiv, no S, no Z. James, where can
we
I
haven't
find you?
we haven't checked in on Daddy Bibbs for a long time, have we?
I still don't think he's posted since like 2014 or 13 or something. So
All right then. Cool. Yeah, I'm at Famicomplicated. Please do enjoy.
okay, and Ty.
Super Cat Drugs. Check out me for the good Simpsons memes with the the Bart wake up.
I have not enjoyed a meme in a long time as much as I've been enjoying.
All right, go
Bart
to my
wake up
Twitter,
ones.
which is Super Cat Drugs. Just start scrolling down and play anything that looks like a video. It will be so worth it. Trust me.
Gotcha. All right, and Cyrus, where can people find you, bud?
You can find me at Celsci on Twitter, where I post stuff. A lot of it's great.
Very enthusiastically too.
And Rich, can you please provide us with your social security number, home address?
We already have all
Yeah.
that as a Patreon.
Date of birth,
Right.
yeah.
date of birth?
Just need the last 3 on your credit card.
No, Rich, thanks for coming on, man.
Mhm.
I know you. I don't know if you're jet lagged or anything, but I guess we just don't care. So
I've been here for over a week, man.
okay. No.
Danny still hasn't got over his jet lag when he came to Japan fucking
What?
15 years ago.
What? All right. Well, that's going to do it for Famicast 150. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you, Jokers, for joining. And we will catch you next time. See you later.
Bada boosh.
Peace.